Hey, good afternoon everyone. This is Sanigul Haq from the Research Unit of Medical Imaging, Physics and Technology under the Faculty of Medicine, University of Oulu in Finland. And the topic of our research is measuring the influence of a persuasive application to promote physical activity. Now, why did we select this topic? Why we need this? What is the reason for that? Uh, just trying to go to the next slide. Yes, the next slide. Well, we know that there are a lot of problem within the physical activity. Well, we don't walk a lot, we don't do exercise. But due to the physical inactivity, there are a lot of stress, strain among people, mental problem, heart disease, and people particularly who are working in the office, they have a problem, which is causing them to lower their progress. Well, the woman is sitting down. Well, the long time sitting in the office can lower the working progress, of course. And but on the other hand, according to World Health Organization, it is being recommended to work 150 minutes per week, and workplace has been recognized by the World Health Organization as a priority setting in promoting health. Now, how can we do that? Can we introduce some sort of persuasive application to pursue people to maintain their healthy lifestyle? Well, according to Fogg 2003, we know persuasive application have been proposed as an actual method to encourage users' healthy lifestyle, that is behavioral change. Now, this sort of persuasive application, for example, an app, a scientifically designed app, in a phone, can it really motivate people, the people who are working at the office? Like this gentleman is working after the breakfast or lunch. Let's watch a video how we designed our application, an example, practical example. Just clicking the video and you'll have some knowledge about that. Sophia, hi. You wanna go for a walk? Or I'm just using the iGo, so just wondering if I can walk with you. I can go by my own anyway. Yeah, okay, thank you. Uh, Let me check whether the iGo is really tracking my footstep or not. Yeah, it is tracking my footstep. No problem. Oh wow, I get 2 points. 10 minutes walking. That's amazing. Okay, so how many points do I have so far? Well, I got 20 points within the last 1 week. Amazing. Let me check the leaderboard. Okay, wow. That's interesting. I'm on the third position. Yes. Looks like I have to use the iGo every day. Can't wait to use it tomorrow anyway. Oh, I gotta have to go to my work. A lot of things to do. Yes. Thanks to iGo. So yes, actually, a person was using our application which we made, and he was using it after the breakfast and lunch. Okay, I'm just going. Sorry for that. Going to the next slide. Yes, just the video was turning in again. So the person was using the application, and he was able to walk, and the phone was tracking his footstep with the sensor which was installed in the phone. So this is what we made to measure the influence of this application. And now, what was the all the functionalities or what the within this application? How did the person was being tricked or motivated with the application? This is what we had looked there. So our research question into this research is what is the influence of using a persuasive application in promoting physical activity in the working office setting. This is what we have tried to find, we have tried to explore in this current study. And to do that, to do this, excuse me, we designed a persuasive application, a theory-driven design, guided by user-centered design process, which was following 5 steps. And then after designing and developing the application, we did an evaluation which was part of UCD process, user-centered design, and then the usability test of 8 weeks using UTAUT model. And what is UTAUT model? The UTAUT model is actually the unified theory of acceptance and the use of technology, which is quite famous in the technology acceptance model, and it has been used. Well, it is being recommended by Varsoli. What's forgot the name of the author anyway. Uh, and now, anyway, I'm just going to the next slide. How we motivate people? We introduced the psychological theory, as I mentioned that the app, our application was designed followed by uh, a theory driven application. So we try to think about people's feelings, emotion, and thoughts. And to do that, why did we do that? Because little evidence on theoretical approaches to designing the persuasive technologies, and little empirical evidence on persuasive application and health application are lacking the use of theoretical constructs. So that's why we have taken theoretical concept. We all know about self-determination theory introduced by Deci and Ryan in 2000. And this is one of the famous motivational theory in the current market, in the health domain as well, which is telling us that one can be motivated intrinsically through the 3 psychological needs of autonomy, competence, and relatedness, as you can see on the figure. And people can be motivated there. And what we have used in our research is autonomy support is influencing the psychological needs, and then which is coming up with the extrinsic motivation. We are considering the extrinsic motivation here. So the points, badges, and leaderboards, that is these game elements are the rewards. So if we fulfill the 3 autonomy, competence, and relatedness, these 3 needs, well, the autonomy is called, well, I'm not going to go through the whole descriptions because we are not trying to measure these, but as the autonomy can be derived as the perceived original source of one's behavior. So whether I'm trying to finish one task, for example, whether I'm working by my own, and the competence is being able to finish some tasks. So for example, if I'm using the an application, whether I'm able to finish the task. And the relatedness is trying to mix with others. For example, if I'm working by myself, not only by myself, but I'm working with my colleagues, inviting someone, mixing with everyone in the society, social interaction. So this is from the theory. Now we are using the UTAUT model to do the usability test. Now according to the UTAUT, UTAUT model has been designed on the 4 constructs. One is performance expectancy, the second one is effort expectancy, the third one is social influence, and the last one is facilitating conditions. So well, the descriptions are here. I will not gonna read through it, but uh, well, we know from that their name, the performance expectancy, that the meaning of the individual believes that using the system will help him to gain in the job performance. The effort means the system is associated with the use of the system, and the social influence, the degree to which an individual perceives that an important other believe he or she should use the new system. The facilitating conditions, this means that a person, a user, when I'm using an app like our application, if the user, for example, if as a user when I'm using the application, if it is really I believe that this an organizational and technical infrastructure exists to support the use of this application, physical activity application. Now, what we try to, well, our prediction, we hypothesize that performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, facilitating conditions, um, this apart from the facilitating conditions, performance expectancy, effort expectancy, and social influence, all these three, they influence, they create positive influence on behavioral intention. And users intentions to use, so what will be the hypothesis is performance expectancy positively influences users intention to use a persuasive application for promoting physical activity. Well, the same for the effort expectancy, same for social influence, but for facilitating condition of persuasive application positively influences users use behaviors of actual use of persuasive application. And the lastly, behavioral intention to use a persuasive application positively influences users behaviors of actual use of a persuasive application, which is the last hypothesis. Now, to test our hypothesis, well, we know we designed the application. This is the print screen of the IGO application. Well, users used the application for 8 long weeks continuously. And as you can see on the first screen, you can set the alarms after the breakfast or lunch. You get 2 points for 10 minutes walking after breakfast or lunch. That means 5 points for 5 minutes walking is equal to 1 points. So when you set the physical activity, click the button here, and then if you click the button here, then you can set the alarm here, and then viewpoints, you'll go with the leaderboards. The leaderboards will show your viewpoints and everything, physical activity. If you click the physical activity, it will ask whether you want to go for a walk, physical activity with others, or physical activity by own, where you want to go. And if you click this one, and then the system will track your footsteps. So as like the same video, it will track the 5 minutes walking or 10 minutes working, and it will give you the points. And on the rank list you will see that how many points you scored, first, second, third, whatever. Well, there are some pictures. You'll get some bronze medal and silver medal. Well, the cup, and the user, some of the users showed the picture, some of them didn't. It's up to you whether you want to upload your pictures on the system or not. So this is how we made it very much simple, because it was being designed through the user-centered design process, and user wanted to use very simple application rather than a complex system. So how we invited the participants, as you can see on the list, we invited 56 people, participants, on the telephone and email to take part in the study. However, 47 participants responded back to email, tele or via telephone invitation, and out of 47, 31 of them agreed to take part in the pilot study, and they agreed to fill out the consent and pre-questionnaire form. So we gave them the pre-questionnaire form, and there were some questions, and 28 of them filled the consent and pre-questionnaire form, and however 22 of them completed the pilot study after 2 months, which was quite impressive. Yes. So this is the result. Okay, so before this result, I will have to tell you that we asked the users some questions, the pre-questionnaires. The pre-questionnaires was related to the PE, performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, facilitating conditions, behavioral intention, and use behavior. The question were something like using the IGO physical activity app improves work work productivity at office. Finding the iGo physical activity app is easy to use. Colleagues and others thinking approach on the users to use iGo physical activity app. Number four, resources example internet access while using app. And another question, intention to use iGo app in future physical activity, and the overcoming physical inactivity during the month while actually using the iGo physical activity app. The questionnaires when then analyzed, and the marking was like at a scale from 0 to 7. So disagree to will completely agree. And this was the result when we did the AI spaces analysis. As you can see the I mean here, from the result here, the facilitating conditions users, the marking is a bit lower, which is around like maybe not strongly agree. But apart from the facilitating conditions, all of the four other constructs, they were valid, they were satisfied with the users. Now when we try to measure, well actually we did the correlation analysis to prove our hypothesis. So to prove our hypothesis, how did we did the correlation analysis. Well, we don't have that much time, so but anyway, the results what we have found from hypothesis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the uh, R is telling whether it is significant, and the p-value, as you can see here, the strength was moderate for hypothesis 1, 2, 3, but the strength was very much low on hypothesis 4, and it was moderate for hypothesis 5, which mean our hypotheses were proved to be right for hypothesis 1, 2, 3, and 5, and number hypothesis 4, it was not being supported through the analysis, statistical analysis. And now the limitation of feature work, well, we measure the influence only through the subjective experience of the participants with the questionnaires, instead of actually measuring whether the app had an effect for doing more exercise or not. So but in future we have a plan that we'll go for the well, we actually did a study with this actually, which we are aiming to write another journal, which will be measuring the three psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness, which will tell us whether the app really had an effect for doing the exercise or not, in terms of their working progress or weight measurement. Anyway, the another limitation, based on the confirmation of our hypothesis, our physical activity app needs to be upgraded because to fulfill the requirements of the facility conditions. And the future work further study needs to analyze IGO app by measuring the psychological needs, which I was telling you just a couple of minutes ago. Will well, fulfilling the psychological needs of SDT will cause the effectiveness of the persuasive application to encourage physical activity and to improve work productivity. Just trying to finish within 20 minutes, but thank you very much for listening to this, and I will gonna show another video right now. I'm almost going to the 20 minutes now.
Hi, this is Sunny Lok, and thank you very much for allowing me for today's presentation. And I have been actually talking for the last 20 minutes on the video, and I'm really sorry for not coming today in person in Canada due to some circumstances. But I would like to give a special thanks to our keynote speaker, Professor Julita Vesilva, and thanks to all the authors, Ali, Evangelia, Chiamute, Gustavo, Chinenia, Ione, Fiadelia, Chiamute, and Ifioma. I hope I'm correctly right. Well, I'm able to pronounce the accent. And also special thanks to our workshop chair, Professor UTAUT, for arranging the workshop. Thank you very much. Hi, this is Sunny Lok, and thank you very much.
Oh, sorry for that. Yes, so thank you very much. And if you have any question, you can email me, and And I hope I was able to make you understand. If you have any confusion, please read the paper. Thanks. Bye bye.